Welcome again to the Nutshell 7 celebration. And I'm glad that you are following with us uh, in this program. Today, we are going to talk about politics and economy, and also why it is important that uh, our politician leadership should have a sound economic policies so they can uplift the lives and standard of well-being of their people. As we know that we are facing economics problems in South Sudan today, this is due to many factors. But let me just start on why working hard to improve economic policies is very important. Because mostly if you are a leader or if you are a politician, the first requirement when you are asking people to elect you or vote for you is that you are going to improve their lives or livelihood, their life standards, so you easy for them the difficulty of lives, like having good salaries, to be able to feed themselves, be able to face and meet life demands, bills, and taking care of kids, families, and all that. It is very important that you know exactly what you are going to do for your people, how you are going to make their lives better. And that's one most important thing about being a leader. Being a politician, you must have an agenda, economic agenda. How to increase productions, how to diversify productions so you have much revenue, much money to spend in improving salaries, in betterment of people's lives, services, health care, education, police, protections, all this. So it is a challenge. It is not easy, especially in countries that are not blessed with resources like South Sudan. But South Sudan is really much blessed. It could be something else. I mean, with good economic policies and good governance policies and stability, peace, security, South Sudan can be something else if it is directed in the right direction by its leaders. So the most important thing is that when you are when you want to be a leader is first of all, it's just like being head of the family. You are concerned about improving your family members' life, well-being in all aspects. You need them to have good life. You need them to have health care. You need them to have sufficient food. You need them to be happy. So what do? You think hard. You think hard how to do that, how to make that a reality. You work hard. So you put your plan into action. And then your plan become a reality. This is the same thing when you are a leader of a country, a leader of a department, a director of a department, a minister of ministry, president of a country. You must have a plan for your department, for your ministry, for your country. How you want to see your country in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, short and long term. So it is applied for all this. It is applicable for all these categories of department, ministry, president, family head. You must have a policy, a strategy, and also you must implement that strategy to transform it or to make it a reality. So, in our case as South Sudanese, we are blessed with resources. We have petroleum oil. We have a vast land, fertile land for agriculture that can be used for agricultural production in a very great capacity that will not just only feed South Sudan, but will feed South Sudan, the region, and beyond. We have possibility of diversifying our agricultural products in terms of injecting many products, different products, agricultural products, so in different areas of productions. So at the end, we have a gross domestic products that is diverse and that is also beneficial. Will generate money in many different ways. So I know that this hasn't been a reality since we started being independent in 2011. So we haven't had a good economic policy, good economic strategy. We did not have a good economic policy because, in my view, we are inclined to politics more to being economists or economic people who are really worried about economy. So since 2011, when we got our independence, I do believe we did not have a sound economic policies. And this is fundamentally is going back to our nature of thinking. I think we tend to be more politician than being concerned about economy. And that is part of our culture, part of our way of thinking that we inherited also from One Sudan, the former One Sudan. So people really care about being politician more than being concerned about how to fix economy, how to improve the lives of people, how to increase productions, how to keep peace so the country can stay in constant productions, capacity, and cycle, how to keep peace and security so to attract investors and also to keep people in continuous economic activities, businesses, trade between state, counties, and between the country and other neighboring countries. So there have to be this kind of movement, leverage and dynamic of economic activities, which mostly depend on peace and security. So if there is no peace between our counties, between our states, between our people are not moving between different states, they are not moving between different counties out of fears, out of insecurity. So how people are going to do trade and businesses? And this kind of activities are the ones that generate revenue for government and for people also to sustain themselves. And they don't have to rely mostly on government salaries. So here, there have to be this kind of movement, there have to be economic activities. And that economic activities depend mostly on peace and security. And that's why I say that our politicians are not really concerned about the economy of the country more than politics. Because sometimes in their decisions, there have decisions that can disrupt economic activities. Political decisions that can disrupt lives of people. It can disrupt productions, process. It can disrupt security. It can cause insecurity, war, tribal war, clan war. Those are actually outcome of politics. Politics that are not based on keeping country safe, keeping country in peace and in security. So if you are a politician that is concerned about your people's lives, you are concerned about the economy of your country or your state or your county, first of all, you must keep the peace. You must keep security. You must keep the relationship between various people, various tribes, various clans good. Let people live in peace. Let them do trade, businesses, economic activities between themselves, between their neighboring counties, between their neighboring tribes, between their neighboring clans. And in that kind of environment, the economy of all the counties and all the state and also to upper level, which is the national economy, you will see a boost in the revenue. You will see a boost in the national economy, in the state economy, in the county economies. and you will see a burst in each one of us life pocket. We will have more money. We will have more life. People will just enjoy their lives, getting married, buying new cars, luxurious cars, building new houses, building new, and the buying and selling, relationship and processes will generate money and will make the economy really active, functioning. So you will see a change in lives of people. You will see a change in infrastructure development. People are building new houses, new factories, new businesses. So you will see. And we can witness this when our country just got its independence in 2011. 2011, let us just say from the CPA, 2005 until 2012. South Sudan was booming, really booming. People were doing economic activities and bringing stuff in from different neighboring countries, commodities, technology, cars. Even here in U.S., here in Omaha, people were shipping cars to Juba. We are shipping computers. We are shipping many supplies. And you can see that there is a development going on. There is growth going on. There is change of people's lives, people incomes, people happiness, attitude, all these things. People are really happy. Until we mess it up in 2013. So here, if we have to have a good economy, a booming economy again, our politicians must change the perception of politics that we have right now. It is not political liberation anymore that we use to defend on war and defend on violence and defend on hatred and defend on all these conspiracy theories and defend on all these kind of vicious cycle of political undermining and all this. We need to create a different mindset of peaceful politics. That's number one. It has to be placed on the service of peace and security, which means that it has to be placed on the service of economy. Anything that is disrupting economy, any politics that is disrupting economy must be avoided, must be outlawed, must be criminalized. And this is the way that we have to, we can develop in the long run. I don't mean that because actually if there is injustice and if there is bias in the system, political system, people definitely will resist. People will definitely fight against that injustice, against marginalization, against economic discrimination. So first of all, we must be concerned about creating a fair, inclusive, and great system of governance, political system, open democracy. All this, they guarantee that we will live in peace. We will live in security. So I encourage our leaders to look at that very seriously if they want to see, a difference in their people's lives. And they can do that because that's actually the main objective of waging the liberation war and also the main objective of separating from all Sudan. You cannot say that you are coming to liberate people, and then the present situation that they are under your leadership is becoming worse than the previous situation when they were under who you think were dominating them. So you have to prove that you was actually a liberator. Not just only by singing it, it is by putting it into action. By letting the world see the lives of South Sudanese are better than before. By letting the world see that the people of South Sudan are more stable, more happy, more secure, more united than before. This is actually what our leaders of ruling party need to prove, not the other way around. So we have to come back to how we, first of all, if there is peace and security, productions activities will again start it. It's not about resources. We have all the resources. We have oil. We have agriculture, production, possibility in a large capacity. So it is all about changing this mindset or the perception of politics. Second is about keeping peace and security. And then if we get that right, then let us see how we are going to increase or diversify our production sector. So we use the oil money to boost the agriculture production or introduce machinery, introduce latest technology, increase the capacity of production. So each year we will see an increase in gross domestic products, GDP. And that means that we are growing. And also our leaders and all of us, we must work hard all together to do that. So our lives improves. In that, you use oil money. If you increase if the situation gets better and the COVID-19 is slowed down and productions and all these human activities and came back again to normal. So we need to think about increasing production capacity and also introducing new projects. You see, we will see how about a wheel oil, a wheel rice, taking care of many agriculture products in Rang, and also other areas. We have 75% of South Sudan can produce many different agriculture products that can be enough to to be consumed domestically and also to be exported externally. So in that case, you will have revenue. You will have much money coming from many diverse production sectors. And when you have much money, you see even the strength of South Sudanese pound is going to be strong if the production is strong, is running smooth, is being diversified, is being made efficient, dynamic, and all this. What will prevent our pound to be strong? In 2011 until 2012 or the beginning of 2013, before the crisis, the pound was very strong. Even the exchange rate was $1 was about 2 South Sudanese pound, and that was only for the oil sector, was just the one that is operating. How about if we introduce agriculture production in very effective and large capacity productions? I do believe our pounds will beat the dollars, and in the region there is no currency that is going to match our pound. And here, this is the magic here. If you want more money, that is the magic you want. You will have to be rich, not by looting or by taking public money. Just grab them at once like this, and then we are done, all of us. But the right thing is, what we have to invest on that, not loot it or consume it on our own expenses. But it is a matter of time. If we are patient, and if we are efficient and good investors, the little we have, we're supposed to invest it and make it bigger, efficiently, effectively, and then later on, you will have a capital. And then you will have, the markup that comes from investment. And this is where everything will just be fine. But if you are just getting rid of the capital itself, that means that you will be done. Then you will come back again and rob the same national or state or local treasure. So this is a wrong policy and wrong idea. South Sudan just need a matter of, it's just a matter of time, matter of good policy, matter of good investment, matter of accountability, transparency, matter of peace and security, and keeping production operating smooth and diversified. And you have to think about putting new projects, creating new good strategy. So, in my own belief, I do believe South Sudanese are really rich. That even if with an effective government policy and leadership policies and strategies, each one of them, even if we divide all these resources, income, and all this, each one of them will be a millionaire. The population of 12 million are not really that much to the resources. If we come to the comparison of comparing population by resources, we will see that each person of us is really a millionaire or rich in dollars, not just only in our. So our leader need to be patient, need to create the right system, economic system, governance system, and a regional national army, fair and public service. I mean, we need really good system for all our country failures, because this actually is the best thing we can. I mean, we don't need like this monopoly of some people. Like the government become just only for some families. Some people, some South Sudanese, they actually don't even feel that they are part of the system anymore or part of the country anymore, because nobody even care about them. And as I said, if you don't care about people, forget about working for a good economic situation or good economic growth. Because the main thing that will motivate you to work hard to improve the economy is the love or the care that you do give for your people. I mean, you have to care for your people. People, you care about them, you work for them to make them better, to make them happy, to make them to make their life standard and better. But if you are not willing to improve the life of those people, you're not caring for them, I do believe you cannot formulate a good economic policy. You cannot, you will not be willing to keep them in peace if you're not seeing them like your people, if you're seeing them like your enemies, or if you're seeing them like you want to manipulate them instead of making them happy and making them better, then there is no way you can formulate good economic policies, good governance policies. But if you love your country and you want it to be somewhere else, I do believe you will work hard day and night to make all its people happy, secure, economically thriving, politically stable, secure, peaceful, and you know, you will work. You will dream about, you see all around the world, we are not the only one country, I mean only country in this world. We have a lot of examples of people who were taken from zero level to 100% economic growth, social growth, and political stability and peace. We have a lot. We have a lot. They were made by the leaders. They just don't come, they don't jump from the sky. But their leaders work hard to transform the lives of people, the infrastructure, the country. So Sudanese leaders can do that. Why not? So the most important thing is we need to agree on what is good for us. And we need to accept that. We don't have to be like being defiant of the reality of the truth. Because at the end of the day, rationality is very important. If you want to be a human being that count in this world, you need to convince yourself with some fundamental facts that You need to accept. We are a nation, whether we like it or not. So we will still come back to the same point. We'll be traveling in this process. Some will deny facts, some will deny reality, some will deny others, some will do, but we will come to the same point one day that we are one nation, we are one country, and the best thing that we have to start from now and build our country in the right direction, in the right position, in the right policies. So I do believe with those kind of policies and keeping peace, keeping security, will create economic activities, will create boost in people's life standard, will make South Sudan come back again to be a giant economically, socially, politically, and it is work of all of us, not just on our leaders. So we have to remind our leaders always for what is best for our country, what is best for our nation. And this is our all responsibility. Thank you.